Hello everyone, yeah, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a perfect straight pants with pocket and the perfect crotch. This is a very simple beginner friendly trouser tutorial, trouser or pants, whatever you call it. You can see how comfortable it is. It has a zip by the side and it has a pocket. So first of all, I'll be showing you how to take the measurement for this trouser. So you first of all ask your client where they usually wear their trouser. So for this person, she wears her trouser on the high waist, the upper waist. So that's why I'm taking the round waist measurement. If it's someone that wears it in the lower waist, please take it on the lower waist measurement. The next measurement is the waist to the knee. So that knee point from your waist, you take that measurement like I just did. Now the next one is the trouser length. The trouser should not be jumping up, so take it to the ankle or where the person wants it to get to. The next is the round thigh or the round lap measurement. Just watch how I'm taking this measurement. I'm taking it in the fullest part, so come up almost to the bum area, right? So take it at that point so that it will actually fit well. It shouldn't be down, it shouldn't be come down too much. So just take around that area that you see me doing. That is the round lap or the round thigh. Now the round knee, you tell the person to tilt the leg forward like she just did and take the round knee measurement. If it's a pencil trouser, you take it fitted, but this is a straight pant. So you also take the round ankle measurement, but I won't be using it because I want it to be straight. If it's a pencil pants, you take the round ankle measurement like that. All right, so now let's take the crotch depth or the flap. For this crotch depth, you can calculate it or you can take the measurement. So I'm going to teach you the two, how to get the two. So for taking the measurement, you tell the person to sit on a flat chair, a flat surface like this. Then that point usually wears their trouser, that's that waist point is where you place your tape, and then take it all the way down to when the person's bum gets to that chair, that flat surface. So this becomes your crotch depth or your flap. The reason for taking this measurement like this, so that the person will be comfortable when they sit and when they wear the trouser. Do you understand? All right, so the next measurement is the round hip measurement. So you know how to take your round hip measurement normally. Now for the round hip, you are going to take the fullest part of the bum, right? So that's the round of the fullest part. That becomes your round hip measurement. So this is all for the measurement. These are all the measurements that you will need for this straight trouser. Now if you want to learn how to take other measurements, I already have a video on my channel on how to take basic body measurements. Now without much talk, let's go straight to cutting this trouser. I'll be working with a 3 yards of fabric, but I didn't use all of it. This is 1.5. I actually divided the fabric before now because of what I used it for before. So this is the first 1.5 yard of the fabric, and I'm going to be folding it to draft the first part of the trouser, which is the front. We're cutting the front piece first of all. So how to know the amount of fabric to fold? You're going to be folding with your biggest measurement, which is the round thigh divided by 2. So the round thigh I'm working with is 30 divided by 2 is 15. So I'm going to also add 1 inch to it. So at the end of the day, what I'm folding would be either 15.5 or 16, right? If I added 1 inch, it's going to be 16. So 15 plus 1, that's 16. So that's the total amount of this fold when you measure it. All right, so let's go straight to making all our markings. So the first thing I want to do is to just draw a top line so that I would have a straight line up there to take my measurement, which is what I drew already. Now after drawing that straight line, the next thing I want to do now is to start taking all my vertical measurements. Now this is a very important thing to note when you want to take your measurement, because it is a trouser that has a band, a waistband. You're going to minus whatever inch of the waistband you want to use, whatever inch you want to use for the waistband, right? So I'm going to be using 2 inches for my waistband, so I will minus 2 inches from the tape and place it on that top line when taking on my vertical measurements. It's very simple and it's very important. Minus whatever you're using for your waistband before you take all your measurements. So the first vertical measurement we're taking is the trouser length. So place your tape on that top line and mark your trouser length. After marking your trouser length, you're going to mark 2 inches again for the hem allowance. So mark 2 inches for the hem allowance from your trouser length, and that's that for the trouser length. Now the next vertical measurement we'll be taking is the hip line. Now the standard hip line is 9, but for somebody who is on the bigger side like I am, is 10 inches. So place your tape at that 2 inches point and mark your 10 inches for your hip line, or 9 if you're on a slimmer side. After marking the hip line, the next vertical measurement we will mark is the crotch depth, popularly known as the flap. Now if you did not measure it like the way I showed you guys, you can also calculate it. If you could not take the measurement for your client, just divide the hip measurement by 4 inches. My hip was 48, divided by 4 gave me 12, and that's what I'm marking here. Also what I measured for myself, when I sat on the chair to measure, also gave me 12 inches. Sometimes it could be ½ inch difference. It doesn't really matter. So you either measure it or you divide it by dividing your hip measurement, right? You get it by dividing your hip measurement. So that's that for the flap or the crotch depth. Now the next vertical measurement we are marking is the knee length. Remember, we measured the knee length when I was taking the measurement. So just go ahead to mark your knee length. Don't forget that every vertical measurement you are marking, you are minusing whatever you are using for your waistband. So this is the knee line. Now these are all the vertical measurements, from the top line to the hip line to the crotch depth or the flap to the knee, and then to your trouser length, and also the hem allowance. All right, let's go straight to our horizontal measurement. So the first horizontal measurement we'll be marking is our round hip. So on that point of your top line, which is also your waistline, mark your round hip divided by 4. So the round hip, like I said, is 48 divided by 4 is 12 inches, right? So that's what I went ahead to mark. You're marking that 12 inches on your top line, on the hip line, and also on the crotch line, please. Yes, I'm also going to mark it on the crotch line. I almost forgot to do that. So this is me just marking that same hip divided by 4 on the crotch line, and just connect a straight line from the top down to the crotch line. Now on that your crotch line, we're going to mark the next horizontal measurement, which is your round thigh or your round lap. Divide your round lap by 2 this time around. Divide your round lap by 2. The round lap I measured was 30, divided by 2 was what? 15. So that's what I marked there. Then I also went ahead to add ½ inch for ease. You don't want it to be too tight, right? So I just added ½ inch for ease. So I just changed my tailor stroke so that you can see it very well. Now we're going to go ahead to continue all our markings. The next thing we want to do is to get our crotch curve or flap curve, that curve that usually goes like this. That's what we want to achieve. Now listen very carefully. To achieve this, measure from that point on your crotch line where your hip line got to your crotch line to where you marked your round thigh. That remainder point, divide it by 2 and keep the value. So measure what you have there, divide it by 2. Now connect from your hip line to your crotch with a slant like this on that point. Just watch what I'm doing. Now connect a slant line like that. After connecting the slant line, the next thing you want to do, that remainder that you marked on that point, you divide it by 2 and mark whatever you get on your slant line. So let me measure it again. Take your tape and measure from that point to the point where you marked your round thigh, right? And whatever you get there, divide it by 2. What I got was 3.5 divided by 2 was 1.75. So this 1.75 is what I am going to go ahead to mark on the slant line that I drew. Do you understand? I mark it on the slant line that I drew. That remainder divided by 2, I mark it on the slant line that I drew. And this is what will be my guard line to be able to what? Connect a curve. Is going to guide me to connect a curve. So just take your curve rule. You can use your free hand also. So you're going to connect from the top like that. Connect from the top, get to that point that you marked on that slant line, and down to what you marked on your round lap. So just connect it like this. Watch what I'm doing. It is very, very easy. This will help your crotch area to be fitted and make it look more beautiful. To not be too tight, it will not be too bogus. So this is how to get your crotch curve or your flap curve. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is to mark that value that you have on your crotch line, which is your round lap. Remember, you marked your round lap divided by 2 on your crotch line, right? So my round lap was 30, divided by 2 was 15, right? Then I added ½ inch for ease. So that 15.5, you're going to go ahead to mark it on the knee line and also on your trouser length and on the hem. So after marking it, I'm just going to go ahead to connect with a straight line. So I'm connecting from the knee line to the trouser length, that's to the hem. Just connect with a straight line, and also connect from that crotch line where you mark the round lap down to the knee line. So if you leave your trouser like this is your basic palazzo trouser. If you want to make it as a palazzo, this is how it will just be. But we are not making a palazzo, we are making a straight pants. So now let's proceed. Now to achieve the straight pant, to make the pant to be straight, not looking like a palazzo, divide that your round lap measurement by 2 and mark it, which is just what I did. Now that round lap divided by 2, mark the midpoint. So just get the midpoint of what you have on your knee, on your crotch line, and on the hem. So after I was done marking, I'm just going to connect a straight line from the crotch to the knee and down to the hem of the trouser. So to get that straight look for this trouser, we're going to divide our round knee measurement by 4. So the round knee I measured was 22 inches, divided by 4 gives me 5.5. So on that straight line, you are going to mark that 5.5 on both sides. So from this side, first of all, you're going to mark your 5.5. That's your round knee divided by 4, right? So I'm going to go ahead to mark 5.5 on this point, and then on the other side, I'm going to go ahead to also mark that 5.5. At the end of the day, when I measure what I have here, it's going to give me what, 11, which is the half of my round knee. You understand that this pattern is folded, this fabric is folded into 2. So by the time we open it up and sew it, we're going to have our round knee, which is 22. It's very easy. Divide the round knee by 4, mark it on both sides of the straight line. Now, because it's a straight pants, we're not going to measure our round ankle on that trouser length. We're going to see mark what we have for our round knee. Just take that same measurement down. So that 5.5 is what I marked on the hem of the trouser. So it's just going to be like a straight look from the knee downwards. It's very, very easy. So just connect a straight line. Use your straight ruler and connect a straight line from the knee to the hem of the trouser. Now for the other part, for the crotch area down to the knee, you're not going to use a straight line, because that place is not really straight, except you're using a palazzo and sewing a palazzo, right? So just go ahead to just connect it as a curve. This part is going to be kind of fitted on your body, so your body is not straight, so you're going to connect it with a curve like that. Now let's go ahead to work on the waist. So on that top line, which I said is your waistline, you're going to mark your waist measurement. So your waist measurement divided by 4 is what you're going to mark there. Now for this, you're not going to mark it the way we mark the other horizontal measurement. You're going to mark it outwards, not inwards, right? So from that hip measurement that you marked on that top line, you are going to go out by your waist divided by 4. So the waist I worked was 38, divided by 4 is 9.5. So that's what I went ahead to mark there. So now you're going to connect that your waist divided by 4 that you just marked on your top line, connect it down to the part where your crotch line is. So just make a kind of a hip curve in that area like this, and this gives you your hip curve, right, for this trouser, because it's going to be fitted around your hip area. It's going to be fitted. It's from your knee that it becomes like straight, like a straight pant. So the next thing to do, from that your crotch line, you are going to connect it down to your knee line. Just watch what I'm doing. Just connect it slantly down to your knee line. And when you connect it, if you notice any sharp edge under your knee line, you just blend it in with your free hand. It's not supposed to be sharp. So that's what I just did there. So this is your pants. This is how your straight pants looks like. You can see how straight, how beautiful it is on the fabric. So now we're going to go ahead to cut it out. So one thing I forgot to mention, I worked with an Ankara fabric for this particular project, but you can use a crepe fabric, a duchess, whatever fabric that you have. This is your typical corporate pants, but just that I made mine with an Ankara. I know you'll be wondering, I didn't put any allowance on this front pattern. Yes, all my allowances will be on the back pattern, but for that crotch curve, I added ½ inch for the joining, as you can see, and for the top I also added ½ inch so that I will use to join it to the band. Now this is all for the front piece of this trouser. Let's go over to cut our back piece. Now for the back piece, you're not really doing much. You're just going to fold your fabric. I already folded a fabric underneath, and then you place your front pattern on it, but you're going to leave a little space at the top for the bum raise. Your back piece, the bum area, is going to be a little bit higher, and also leave a little bit of allowance by that crotch area, that side of the crotch area. That's where I'm going to be putting all my sewing allowances. Now that's what I'm just checking, making sure that there's enough for me to put my sewing allowance, and for the top there's also enough for me to do my bum raise. So the first thing you want to do, my back trouser usually have darts, so on that waistline I'm just going to go out by 1 inch for the dart, which I did, and then I connected it to the hip. Now after connecting it to the hip, the next thing we want to do is to do the bum raise I talked about. Now from that crotch curve, that part of the curve, you're going to go out. That's from your front piece. Now you're going to go out by 2 inches. Go out by 2 inches. You can do 2.5, but 2 inches just works very well. So you go out by 2 inches from that point, and then to get the bum raise, you're going to go up from that 2 inches you went out by. Go up by either 1.5 or 2 inches. Then 2 inches if the person has a big bum, then you connect down to the 1 inch you came out by for your dart intake. So just connect it. It's going to be like a slant line, right? Now that is how to get your bum raise. So we're going to go ahead to add all our allowances. Now you add all your allowances at the other side. Now the allowance I'm going to be using is 3 inches. You can use 2.5, but just know that whatever you use for this part is what you will use down to the knee line and then to the hem. So use the same figure. If you use 3 inches, make sure you use 3 inches at every other point. So on the knee line I went out by that same 3 inches, and on the hem I also went out by 3 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead to connect from the knee down to the hem, and then the same thing, the same way we connected when we were making the front pattern, I'm going to use my slight curve to connect from the crotch line down to the knee line. Now for this upper part, I'm just going to also connect it with a slight curve, connect it down to, remember on that crotch line we also went out by 3 inches, so connect it down to that 3 inches point. And so this is how to draft the back piece for this trouser. So this is everything for the back piece. So I'm just going to go ahead to, you know, cut it out and proceed to cut out our pockets, because this trouser is going to have pockets. Please note that this is just part 1 of the video. This is the cutting tutorial of this trouser. I'm going to be posting the part 2, which is how to sew it, how to join the pieces together. Now you don't want to miss out that video. Do turn on your post notification, like and subscribe to this channel so that you will know when the video is up. So this is just me going ahead to cut out the pieces. So lastly, we're going to cut out the pockets. For the pockets, you're just going to get a piece of fabric from what you've been working with. This is my remaining pieces. I'm just going to fold it into 2, and then for the width I'm going to mark 7 inches for the width, and then for the length I'm going to be marking 10 inches. So for the width 7 inches, for the length 10 inches. I'm just going to go ahead to draw a straight line to connect it, and then I go ahead to cut it out. Please note that we're cutting 2 pockets for this trouser, so it's going to have 2 pockets. So I'm just placing it in another fabric, and then I'm just tracing it out, cutting it out. This gives me my 2 pockets. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. Please don't forget to look out for the part 2 when it's uploaded, and if you have any questions from this cutting tutorial, please send it on the comment section. Thank you very much, and bye.